to scale it to use this piece of a scooter as the frill. There's going to be a lot of engineering involved because I'm picturing it kind of rearing up on its hind legs, so there's going to need to be some balance. So the front is going to need to be lighter, and the back and the bottom is going to need to be heavier. So as I started thinking about how to do this, I thought about things that are in opposition: heavy, light, new, old, extinct, extant. So I'm looking for kind of a balance piece that has a lot of tension and opposition. So I'm thinking the head is going to be light colored, and the back, the hindquarters, will be dark. March 26th, I'm going to finally attempt to get going here from the ashes of the Stegosaurus plates. I think I've got some things for the hips. I'm going to use parts of these old bench parts, cast iron bench parts that I've been hauling around for years. Can't really see this with the sun, but I've got some things kind of laid out for legs and hips and torso. I've got a couple of feet that I think might work that I need to put together. And I started other stuff too. Curb find from last week while walking the dog. It's black, it's white. What's not to like? We've got the legs and the pelvis kind of roughed out. Curve of the tail there with a piece of rebar. Still have a lot of work to do on the feet and the legs, but it's starting to get braced together. It's April 16th. We made a little bit of progress here. I don't remember what it was on the video last time I took one, but we've got it standing up. There's going to be quite a bit more flesh that's going to go on here. I've got one of the horns roughed out. The rib is made from a piece of a big, like, outdoor umbrella. These are some parts from a filing cabinet, pieces cut off and bent and hammered in. And I think I'm going to smooth down the tip, but maybe leave the back part rough. I've got the main part of the frill tacked in place there, and I've started kind of sculpting using my favorite sculpting material, which is pieces from boxes of seltzer, to try to figure out what I'm going to do with the shape of the head. We've got a big beak coming down there. The eye will be in here, so the horns will come out kind of like that. One of the pieces that I've been looking forward to using, this is an old bridle that I pulled out of my grandparents' barn in Ohio sometime before my grandmother died, but I'm going to use these two circles, whatever piece of the bridle that is, to kind of form where the horns go in. Right now I've got the head just kind of tucked in here. It's still movable, it can be taken in and out because I'm not sure exactly what angle I want it at or how long the neck should be. And this way I can also take it off to work on it. There's some lawnmower pieces back there. Okay. I've gotten quite a bit done on the kind of basic shaping of the head here. I've got both places where the horns will fit done. I've got the beak, upper beak roughed out. Got the bottom one kind of ready to go. I kind of know what I'm going to do with the back of the head. So things are moving along. They are not moving along fast enough for me to get this done by May. However, all the rest of these sculptures will be moving to go to a show, and Grace is going to stay behind for now. Okay, it's April 22nd. I got a start on the left hand here the other day. Started a little bit of stuff on the arm. I also started the right hand. Got some eyeballs going there. Those are taken off from the ones that were too big for the rabbit. Got the lower jaw. I really like that detail on there. And what I'm going to do next is I've got these old pieces of steel from something. Some guy let me scrounge in his scrap pile back when we still lived in Ann Arbor, so I've been carrying these around. And I bent them, so what I'm going to do is kind going to bolt it onto here, and then I can have a steel surface to weld the leg pieces on, because this piece of this bench is cast iron, and I think that would be probably a recipe for disaster with me. So I'm going to stick a single bolt through there, weld it, and then along this edge I'll be able to bring off parts that won't obscure all this, but will be able to form the shape of the hip and the leg, and so on. Alright, it is the 24th of April. I got a couple more hours in yesterday. I got both the horns roughed out. There they are. I decided on a tilt for the head, so I went ahead and welded it. I measured, and I believe I'll still be able to roll it right out the door. It's not too high. Some more work done on this arm yesterday. Got some other things put on. Today I worked on putting some bent metal down there in the tail. And I've also just been doing some other odds and ends. I have to admit, I only got one more piece of this filing cabinet left, of whatever gauge steel this is, so I've pounded it out, and my hands are worn out from using the tin snips on that, so I'm not sure how much of that I actually have in me today. I don't know what gauge it is, because I don't know any of the gauges, but it's taking its toll. So anyway, I might finally use this bell that I bought in a junkyard so long ago. I was thinking about cutting it in half, making kind of an air scoop through there. I'm going to have some kind of design on the back. I think I'm going to smooth out some of this. So maybe I'll spend part of my day in here doing some grinding. I just wanted to get a few more pieces on that arm so I could kind of see how it's going to go. And I'm anxious to put kind of more flesh on this leg, but I'm not sure I have it, so I have to figure out where that's going to come from. That's today. May 13th. Other than a little wire wheeling and maybe a lot of wire wheeling, I think Grace is done. It didn't turn out exactly how I was thinking, but it came out pretty doggone close. And a lot of the surprises and the way things turned out, I think are good surprises. So I'm pretty happy with it.